just the Alabama OC.
Boom, and welcome to Maven Sports Show. I'm your host, Haven Harrington, joined in studio by the man, the myth, the legend himself,
Wait, who?
Mr. William Lee.
Who is this?
We got to see his video last week. He's back in person. I give you the engineer. How you doing?
I'm here. What's up, Mr. Architect? What's good with you, brother?
Man, I'm doing good. And as you can tell, all the way from parts unknown Kentucky, we have Hillbilly Jim, a.k.a. Devin. What's going on?
What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Man, pretty good. Is that a UK rocking chair you sitting there?
Dang right. Got set the throne.
Hey, look, I can't even hate on that, man. That's pretty fly. I like that. I like that a lot, man. So
I appreciate it.
not a problem, man.
That's a step up from one of those rocking chairs you see in front of
What,
what's
Cracker
that?
Barrel?
Yeah, it was Cracker Barrel rocking chairs.
I hate Cracker Barrel, by the way.
Well, he Cracker Barrel. Everybody loves Cracker Barrel.
No, I don't.
Same.
Man.
It's in the name, Cracker Barrel. I mean, how can I not like it?
Devin, you with me, man?
I don't like it.
No, I don't either, man.
I mean, look, Cracker Barrel's the home of, like, Cracker Barrel occupies like great space, like right above Denny's.
Above? No, sir.
It's right above Denny's, but like below like all the other restaurants.
Nah, Cracker Barrel's food is odorless and tasteless to me.
That's harsh,
Hey,
man. How about
yeah.
Waffle House?
I love
My man,
Waffle
50
House.
grand. And I had to make sure.
Some people hate it. They think it's disgusting and dirty. Hey, I'm off.
Man, Waffle House. Look, if you guys ever had a Waffle House chicken sandwich, like the grilled chicken sandwich,
I don't know what they do to that grilled chicken, yo.
dude, but that's because he put it in that hyper sealed package, and it's stuck with flavors and it's sit
That's
there like
amazing.
for weeks. It's absorbed all those spices, and
I like it. I like
I'm
it.
telling you, man,
But enough
grilled chicken
for the free
sandwich.
pub, though.
You're right. You're right. Enough for the free pub. Even though I may give me a Waffle House sleeve
Man.
in honor of the NBA season.
So Devin, you smiling over there, man. What you got some stuff to be happy about, apparently.
Hey, I'm just listening to you all. I ain't never had that chicken sandwich, so I don't got no input for that one.
Okay.
But you know what? But there's one thing you do have input on. We kind of flipped the script a little bit. Look, we gotta talk about your Wildcats, man.
Oh no, we don't. But
Yeah, we do.
we really
Yeah,
don't.
Yeah, we do, man.
We're gonna talk about these terrible cards again every week.
Hey.
Do we have to?
Oh, okay. Look, we can do that. If you want to start with U of L, we can start with the.
I don't really want to start with them. I just want to get it over.
You know what?
Yeah.
These are probably the best two games Louisville's played all season. The first game of the tournament, when they played Georgia Tech, they got up almost like 30 points, led almost the entire game. But Georgia Tech has a furious comeback, but Louisville was able to seal the deal. Easily, probably the best game of the season. Easily the best game of the season. They played loose with energy, great defense, knocking down threes, getting a paint. Malik Williams looked like the Malik Williams we thought we was going to see all year long. He finally showed up. And then they play a team we have a hard time beating, Virginia, and they played really well. They got down by, Virginia jumps out to a 7-point lead. We come back, take the lead. We go back and forth. Louisville was never down more than 2 baskets the entire game. They played a great game, but, at the end, they just couldn't get it done. Virginia takes the win, 51-50, ends the U of L season. But, hey, at least they ended it on a high note. They played their best 2 games all year, the past 2 games. Malik played his best games all year. Noah Lott played his best game against against Georgia Tech. So they ended it well. Now everybody can kind of go about their business. I give the coach, he was put in a horrible situation here, taking over after Chris Mack quit midway through the season.
Horrible situation?
Yeah, it was a horrible situation, man.
It was a situation that he probably has been desiring since he came here.
I mean, he wanted to be head coach, but not like this.
Probably just like this. Like I said, you can't convince me that he didn't do what he had to do to make this come to life. So, but anyway, I won't even go there because we've had enough of that saga. Neither one of them will be here with the tip off for the next season. But yeah, they ended on a good note. Virginia has had, U of L's number since U of L has joined the ACC, without a doubt. So for them to have such a good game against them in the conference tournament, nobody should be upset about that, especially with the type of season that we've just finished up, just wrapped up. So yeah, I think fans definitely have something to be satisfied with, something to be happier about, not necessarily happy, but yeah, I think, like you said, finishing off on a good note is always a good thing. I think if had they, went on this run and made it to the big dance, it would have definitely been something that they deserved. The fans, as I'm referred to, and the players too. I don't think the players deserve this nonsense and this mess that has been made of this coaching staff. I've said it out loud and I'll say it again. It seemed like this entire coaching staff was just full of weasels. They were all had ulterior motives against each other, backstabbing. I don't need to go into details. We've all seen how it played out. But yeah, the fans deserved it. The players definitely deserved it. So yeah, definitely happy for them. Definitely happy.
Well, say you.
Yeah,
Devin.
I believe that. Go ahead, my bad.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I didn't get to watch games, but from the sound of it, playing the best ball at the end of the season of the tournament right here, that's a good step forward for the next season. Get the right coach in there to maybe fix it up. Next season might be better, might not be the best, but if at least an improvement next season, maybe Louisville will get back up to the next level to where they were. Maybe a season, maybe 2 seasons. I don't know how long it'll take, but Chris Mack quitting on him in the middle of the season just practically ruined the whole season for the Cardinals, I think.
I would agree. And so next up is, now that the season's over with, everybody's going to be laser focused on who's going to be Louisville's next head coach. And, I've heard several reports. We've all heard the name of Kenny Payne. The Payne train is coming through. But a lot of people are saying, if you don't hear about Kenny getting a job sometime next week, and most likely early next week, in the first half of next week, then most likely Kenny's probably not going to get the job. And we're probably looking at either Eric Musselman, who coaches out at Arkansas, who has Arkansas, who's doing a very good job at Arkansas, has like a top, I think, 5 recruiting class the past 2 years, of a pretty good team. And, we're still hearing whispers that Scott Drew, who just won national championship at Baylor, who turned the Baylor program around, who may be interested in coming and play for University of Louisville, or coach, rather. My personal opinion, if it's Scott and he says he's thinking about the gig, then he won a national championship. I mean, yeah, give it to him. He's the man.
Yeah, if it was only that simple, but
if it was,
yeah, people said, like 3 or 4 weeks ago, that because we had hired a search firm, that the quest for Kenny Payne was likely over. So now, listen, we all have our preferences.
Mark Jackson.
Mine is Mark Jackson. Hell, now Phil Jackson is my preference. His name has been ringing bells all week, man, in Laker Nation. But no, I mean, and Phil Jackson is my biological father, so that matters a lot too. But no, seriously, it really comes down to just a coach that's going to come in here and turn his team around. That's what everybody wants. That everybody wants that, no matter who your preference is. If a coach comes in here and does a great job turning this team around, everybody will be on board, and that's the bottom line. That is about. I think even UK, we missed the rivalry game this year. Everybody wants to see that come back. Everybody wants to see that come back. With that.
Yeah, Louisville want that smoke.
Yeah, well, no, not this year. We didn't really want it, but
no, we didn't want that smoke this year.
That rivalry game during the holidays when everybody's off, everybody looks forward to it. Nobody can front on that. No matter who you're a fan of, I know people that are not fans of either team. But when that game comes around, it's just exciting. Everybody likes entertainment in sports, and that is a very entertaining game, as is the football game. So, it's something to look forward to.
I agree. But it's going to be interesting to see, like, who's next guy. Like, if Kenny Payne's not hired, then, hey, if you can't get Mark Jackson, and if Scott Drew's interested, I'd say you go all in on getting Scott Drew. He won a national championship. He has Baylor once again in the top 10. It's kind of like a no-brainer.
Devin, I asked you this because I threw in a name. What was this? Mid-February, All-Star Weekend, NBA All-Star Weekend, the week after, that nobody has considered, and I'm sure this person is not sitting at home looking for a college basketball gig. But after the All-Star game and the top 75 presentation, I said David Robinson. What do you think about that, Devin?
I mean, bringing in a former NBA player like that, especially to that caliber, would definitely help, like the recruitments and everybody like that coming in there, especially with a class act like David Robinson. You can't find a better person, and of course, he's going to have the good basketball IQ. He's going to be a good team-oriented kind of coach. Everybody relates to him. I think that is a good one. Someone not as big that I do want to throw in there. He's right down the road. What about Old Davenport, the old coach from
Scotty D?
I have been saying Scott Davenport. Matter of fact, I was talking to some friends of mine at work. Actually, our CEO at work the other day.
You're just like hobnobbing, aren't you?
No.
Wait, is this still out there?
I was talking to my
over 10 crumpets.
Mr. I won't even drop names, but
he's look at him. I was talking to the mayor the other day about this U of L situation.
I say I have been confused for the longest time why people haven't wanted to consider Scott Davenport. He has shown the ability. Championship is a pedigree. That's a pedigree. He has shown that he has a champion pedigree.
He has the pedigree.
And he is winning now even in D1. He's shown that he has the ability to win on every level. And
he has.
Why? Okay, you're not going to pick him. I get it. I don't get it.
It's ageism.
I don't understand why he's not even being considered. That's the thing that I don't get.
It's the same reason why I think about Kevin Sampson, who's another great candidate. I mean, he's won everywhere he's been, but he's almost 70. And Scotty's 70 plus. And you want a younger guy that's going to be here a little bit longer.
Hey, it is what it is, man.
I mean,
they can
coach.
He can coach. That
man
can coach.
Hey, he might be a good bridge coach, though. If you need him for just maybe a year to 3 years, maybe that gives you a little bit more time to find the next person, Right.
I completely agree, man. And this man, he knows how to put together a team. He knows how to bring together players that can play and function together as a team. And that is missing in a lot of these major college basketball outfits.
You're right.
That is missing. And he will bring that element to David Robinson. The fact that he is he comes from the teachings of Greg Popovich. That's another big thing for me in terms of, but no, I know that's very unlikely. Few people, again, I'm always, I pride myself on thinking big and thinking out of the box. Whereas obviously those folks down on Floyd Street do not. So, that's just what it's coming down to. They don't think about this kind of stuff. But
man, you know what? Let's take a quick commercial break, and we come back from the other side of this break. Devin, it's all you, buddy. It's all you. I want you to break down them cats, break down the SEC tournament. I want you to break down how you think UK is going to do in the big dance. All of this when we come back to the Maven Sports Show on the Plug Network. Stay plugged in.
I'm Hagen Harrington, host of Maven Sports Show. Catch us every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the Plug Network Online. Stay plugged in.
Want your brand or business featured on The Plug? Advertise with us at plugnetworkonline.com. Again, advertise with us at PlugNetworkOnline.com. We got the eyes that are looking for you.
And welcome back to Maven Sports Show. Man, so much to talk about. Are you ready, Devin? Are you ready? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, but before we get to just 1 second, while we're still kind of transitioning from U of L and the ACC to UK and the SEC, man, we have to talk about Syracuse, FSU. It was a blowout. Syracuse just completely destroyed FSU, beat them by almost 40 points. But man, what my man Buddy Boeheim, Jim Boeheim's son, did was just ridiculous. Now, the refs, quote unquote, didn't see it while they were playing, so nothing happened to them. The ACC watched the video later and then suspended them for the game that they had today against Duke. But this is just unacceptable. Omni, can you play the video? Okay, that's the wrong video. That's what it's coming up.
Hey, I want to see that one too, though.
We're gonna see that one later on. So here it is.
Took a little shot there from Buddy Boeheim. That looked intentional.
Now, Buddy tried to say it wasn't intentional. He was just swinging his arms by accident. That's some good action right there.
And I don't know whether they got word from the league, but if they couldn't have been looking at.
They got its desired effect of getting Wilkes' attention. They got its desired effect.
And here we go one more time, and boop.
Ah, that was a mistake, man. Let it ride.
That's a mistake. This is not 85. Come on. I mean, 85, yeah, you let that go. But not nowadays.
Dude, I thought you
And the
said
refs
he
missed
punched
it.
him in the face or something.
No, person was to give him a little jab to the stomach.
Ah, come
But how-
on, man.
But how the refs miss that?
Man, because they were, come
How do you
on,
miss it? It was
man.
an
Let
obvious
that
punch
ride.
in
He
the
got
stomach.
suspended over that?
Of course. He punched a dude in the stomach.
Oh, my gosh,
I mean,
dude.
granted, it wasn't the hardest of punches, and it really looked like it didn't hurt that much. And the dude just kind of,
Right.
the dude just kind of
Dude.
played off like,
Where's Bill Lambier when you need him, brother? Show him how a real punch looks. Dude, what was that?
It's a good punch in the stomach. It was wrong punch, and that's the coach's son.
Dude, DeMarcus Cousins put somebody in the headlock, staring in the ref's eyes, and then gets suspended over that. Come on, man.
What do you think, Devin?
I mean, it was a blatant punch. I mean, it was a weak punch. And I'll tell you one thing. There's no way in hell I've been sitting over, holding my stomach, act like I was hurt. I've been chasing him down.
Exactly.
That's definitely a punch.
Right. But it was a side fist punch. He hit him like this. Like, it was, no, man, come
Yeah.
He's don't let this
I wouldn't hurt a
wrestling
fly.
punches.
on. Man,
He has a
dude.
weapon he has a weapon on him. When those old Iron Mike Sharps used to turn the bracelet over.
Dude, come on, man. Let that
Hey, what
dude-
made it worse was, did you see Jim? Did you see him try to defend it?
Oh yeah, well, it was horrible.
What did he say?
Oh, he was, of course, as a son, so he's going to be biased. But he was just like, oh, I didn't see nothing. It wasn't on purpose. He just a little hit. He didn't punch him or nothing. But I mean, that's just him just taking up for his son and his arguably best player on his team.
Wow. Hey, man, I don't know, man. Hey.
And now Syracuse is mad because the refs didn't catch it, but the ACC caught it. So, because he technically should have been a flagrant foul suspended for that game, which means he could have played today against Duke, which Syracuse lost to. So they didn't have their best player against Duke. So they was kind of like, if you're going to suspend him, you should have called that game. If you didn't catch, you should let him go.
Right.
But I'm like,
Yeah.
but that's too obvious for a punch. I mean, you just can't let that go.
So
I mean,
he
you
would have
just
got ejected from that game, but would have been eligible to play today
can't. Right.
against
Yeah,
Duke.
they have to take
Right.
him out. They have to help Duke because Coach K's last home game got ruined. They gotta help him.
Very
Yeah,
true.
They are trying to help. Yeah, I think they are trying to do everything they can help Coach K out. Trying to get that last little run in them.
So Sunday is Selection Sunday. Am I right?
Yes.
Sunday is Selection Sunday. So What are you thinking about your Wildcats there, Devin? You think they're going to be a 1 seed, or what you thinking?
Well, first and foremost, it's so bogus that the SEC championship doesn't even go towards seeding for the tournament. So I think that, I mean, of course, if we win tomorrow, whoever we face, and then if we beat possibly Tennessee, that's who we're supposed to face in the semifinals, if they win their game too. We win both of those, and if one of the teams in front of us loses, I mean, we should already be a 1 seed over Kansas. We demolished them. No reason they should be a 1 seed over us, especially having them as the 1 seed over us and us the 2 seed in the same region. This doesn't make sense. I mean, I know that Kentucky's lost, 6 games in total, I believe. I might be 7. I think it's 6. But we know how some of them were injuries. And, of course, we got pummeled by Tennessee. But, I mean, everybody's healthy now. Ty's been struggling a little bit, but maybe this is the time where he gets hot. This is the perfect timing if he does. Oscar's the National Player of the Year. If anybody else wins it, I mean, it's pretty trash if anybody else wins it. And there's no disrespect to anybody else in it, like Johnny Davis or Keegan Murray, Agbaji from Kansas himself. All of them deserve to be mentioned, but we haven't seen the numbers Oscar's been putting up since the 60s in college.
I mean, it's like he's like Oscar Roberts, like the Big O, man. He's just pulling down boards, like 15 boards a game.
Yep.
I mean,
16 and 15 is his averages.
That's just crazy. The man's average like a triple-double.
Not bad.
He's a beast.
Not bad at all, man. Hey, so the Cats are looking to do something this year. So what would be acceptable to you as a UK fan in terms of how far they go in the tournament?
With this team, I mean, I've been confident with them all year. Whenever we're at our peak, everybody's playing good, everybody's healthy, fully 100%. I truly believe that we are the best team, and I think we should be the favorites. And I'm not even trying to put bias in it. I just think overall, all around, with the veterans and everybody and young, good talent, we're the best team, fully healthy. But to be acceptable, I want us to be at least able to go back to the Final Four. We haven't been in the Final Four in a few years. And, I mean, of course, Cal only has the 1 championship with Davis, but at least getting to the Final Four, getting there is at least fun. I mean, it sucks when you lose there or if you go to the championship and lose, but at least making a deep run like that makes it fun for BBN. And you know that BBN will for sure travel to wherever they play.
So is it Final Four a bust in terms of this team?
I think so. If we don't make the Final Four, it was definitely a bust. If we don't make the championship, it might even be a bust. Because I mean, I genuinely think they're the best team.
So let me ask you a question, and this is a legit question. Let's say Kentucky gets eliminated in the Sweet 16. Is it time for Cal to go?
He'll never go. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's done last year, of course, put a bad taste in all of our mouths. It was the least fun season we've ever had, even worse than us losing to Robert Morris whenever Noel tore his ACL and we had our good. But yeah, I mean, I think he'll always be here. I think the new way of us getting transfers and stuff is I think it's a good way that he's been starting to build off of. But coaching wise, I mean, not being able to win more than 1 championship with all this talent, with the best teams in at least 5 years whenever he's coached, and to not win, it'd be very embarrassing. He'd lose his mojo a little bit more.
Really?
Wow. That's pretty heavy, man.
That is, you know, the Final Four a bust, Devin. That's
he's a championship a bust.
Well,
close.
I'm gonna say Final Four because championships, that's a lot of pressure with anything happening in a tournament.
So I'm gonna tell a quick story. The year of the Twins when they were undefeated, and me and a guy that I worked with in Frankfurt had a lunch bet that it was championship. No. I said this: if UK just makes it to the championship, I owe him lunch. I said, because for me, if they lose in the championship, he wouldn't owe me anything because that would be satisfying enough to me just to see them lose in the championship. So I said, if they lose anything before the championship, then he owed me lunch. So it was the day of the Wisconsin game. We were all leaving work. And I was just trying to say, you know, if I win, you know, I didn't really want to go nowhere expensive. And they were like, no, don't be trying to say that now, because he thought he had it wrapped up. and thought that I was just trying to throw that in there so that he wouldn't hit me up for something real expensive. You know what I'm saying? I was like, no, I'm being serious. I said, but listen, I said, I haven't lost yet. I said, y'all still got to beat Wisconsin tonight. He said, man, oh, no, that's a done deal. Boy, that next day at work, listen, it was so bad that I couldn't even pick with him. Like, because it was like, you might not want to do that because somebody might get fired today if you do. So it's just real quiet at work all day. I wanted to pick with them so bad, but I just kind of held my peace, man. It was like, well, yeah, like I was saying yesterday, man, you know, the only places I really want to go. And I told him again, you know, because I just wanted to be a friendly wager. I didn't want to, you know, make them take me to somewhere hard to pronounce, you know what I'm saying? Something like
Red
that.
Lobster is always a good place.
Yeah, that's true. Ain't no Red Lobster in Frankfurt, though. So.
There isn't?
No, it's not.
I mean, it's Applebee's.
Yeah, that's Applebee's. So, but no, man.
Oh, Charlie's?
Yeah, that's Old Charlie's in Frankfurt. Yeah.
Okay.
So, no, anyway, man. No, that's just a real interesting story I like to tell, man. No, I've had some times, and I worked with a lot of UK fans over the years in my job working for state government, man, and we had some fun times. And that's what I was getting at about the rivalry. You know, that we had some pretty exciting days at work. You know, U of L UK rivalry game coming up, man. It's fun, and everybody looks forward to it. You know, the spoils always go to the victor, and you know, it's always hard to be on the losing end of it. But either way, man, everybody enjoys themselves. But no, man, listen. UK goes far in the tournament. Hey, I don't really have a dog in the fight anymore because I have kind of detached myself from college sports the past several years, man. I really don't tune in as much. So hey, whatever, man. I'm actually a UK graduate. I don't know if you even knew that, Devin. I got a degree from UK, but I don't. Yeah.
Hey, I graduated. I haven't got my degree yet, but I graduated from Louisville too, so we're vice versa.
I got you. Look, they got their money. I got my diploma. Hey, you know, we go our separate ways.
They got my money and I don't got my diploma. So
somebody must have dimed you out. Like, no, man, he's a diehard UK fan. Hold on to that.
Real quick before we get off Kentucky and before we end this segment, I do want to say a shout out to the Kentucky girls. That was a hellacious tournament run for them to get into the tournament.
Yes, indeed.
At least winning 2 games got us in the tournament, probably just because of Ryan Howard. But beating South Carolina like that, last second shot, hell of a story. 40+ years from them, their last championship. Elsie, she did a hellacious job from how bad they were at the beginning of the year to finishing out strong, beating South Carolina, and now maybe using that to fuel kind of a at least Elite 8 maybe run in the tournament. We'll see.
Wow. Now, you know what I will say this for U of L women. Yeah, it's like Final Four bust for them.
Yeah, shout out to our lady cards, man. And we're about to wrap up this segment, as Devin said, man, and we'll see you all on the other side of the break. Stay tuned on the Plug Network. We'll see you soon.
I'm Hagen Harrington, host of Band This Sports Show. Catch us every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the Plug Network Online. Stay plugged in.
Want your brand or business featured on The Plug? Advertise with us at plugnetworkonline.com. Again, advertise with us at plugnetworkonline.com. we got the eyes that are looking for you.
And welcome back to Main Event Sports Show. It's your host, Hayden Harrington, with my man, Ill Will himself, William Lee, a.k.a. The Righteous One, the engineer. And all the way from parts unknown Kentucky, sitting in his UK throne, we give you Devin T. Hall, the man, the myth, the legend himself. Anything about UK sports, anything about the UFC, that's your dude.
Yes, sir.
And if you want to catch anything he's written about UK or UFC, go to www.maineventsportshow.com, click on blogs, and it's all right there. Read it and weep.
Yes, sir.
So, man, look, we shout out the women, UK men and women. We talk about U of L's men and women's team. Now, let's talk about the NFL.
Man, a lot to talk about in the NFL.
Russell Wilson gets traded to the Denver Broncos. The Broncos get their quarterback. They had talked about wanting to trade Russell almost all year long from Seattle, especially towards the end, saying, it's too many amount. He's getting older now, trying to get a fresh start there, Seattle. So going to start fresh, start new, draft themselves a decent little quarterback. But Denver gets a great passer. Carson Wentz goes from Indy to the Washington Commanders. And everybody, well, I know Indianapolis is happy about that. Now, all my Redskins, all my Commander fans, they hate that. It's like nobody wants Carson Wentz, like, at all. Like, nobody wants Carson Wentz. And they're like, dude, like, what are you doing? Snyder, come on. All the guys out there in free agency, Wentz.
My question is, what does that mean for Teddy in terms of Denver?
He's done.
He's done? What do you mean?
Teddy's done. Teddy's actually being looked at for some of the other opening quarterback positions
in
around
Denver. He's done.
He's done.
Not period.
He's not done. Period. But he's done in Denver. It's just
That's fine. I didn't really like him in Denver anyway. I'm gonna be honest. Teddy Bridgewater may be one of my favorite quarterbacks of all time. I don't care what anybody says about it. I think he has the highest football IQ of any player I've ever seen in the history of the sport.
Oh wow!
And I will say that again in front of anybody. But he has had some unfortunate turn of events in terms of his physical presence on the field. So with that being said, man, I never really cared for him in Denver, but I still supported the team because he was there. But I hope he lands somewhere that's a deserving team and that they have a good offensive line, because that's all that man really needs.
Yeah, because the injuries are kind of catching up to Teddy.
Certainly.
He had the catastrophic knee injury.
Yes, sir.
His rookie year. He had the concussion his past years, kept him out for some games. He was playing at a very good level there with Denver. So just kind of hate to see that happen. But there's a lot of teams out there that can use a quarterback.
I personally wish he had stayed in New Orleans and just kind of waited, his turn. But it is what it is. And I understand why he left for that opportunity in Denver.
Oh yeah.
Or Carolina when he went first. But
yeah, Carolina and Denver. But you know what? There's a lot of, like we said, there's a lot of spots open. Hopefully he can find his footing. So Devin, about these big NFL trades, man, what do you think? Do you think Seattle should have got rid of Russell Westbrook? I mean Russell Wilson.
Please get rid of. Everybody needs to get rid of Russell Wilson, man.
Yeah, that's a Freudian slip.
All right.
Maybe I think a fresh start for Russell was good. The biggest thing from it is, what about the AFC West, man? That's going to be a freaking rodeo out there.
It's gonna be crazy.
All four teams are capable of making the playoffs, which, of course, I have to say, I don't get the hype with the Broncos. I'll say this. Their defense is solid, but their core around Wilson, he might make them a step better than what they were of course, because anything's better than Drew Lock. And Teddy, of course, had to battle some rough times with the bad O-line and small injuries here and there, of course. But they might grow to be good, but I don't see the full potential of them being better than, of course, they won't be better than the Chiefs. They won't be better than the Chargers, in my opinion, especially now that Khalil Mack is going there. my ex-Raider, one of my favorite players ever. And now the Raiders, I mean, who knows what's going to happen with them? I saw Cooper might be going back since the Cowboys released him. So,
Oh, wow.
and they said Adams had a chance just because him and Carr are best friends, how they played college at Fresno State. But with Rodgers going back, they're probably going to franchise tag him. So, I mean, after somehow making the playoffs this year, the Raiders just might fall down to being around 500 again and being at the bottom of the division, which I hate.
Wow, you think the Raiders are going to fall that much? Really?
But I don't think they're going to be bad. It's just, I mean, look how much talent's in the division.
Let me throw another wrench in there. I don't know if you've heard this, but rumor has it that Von Miller has been sending subliminals back to Denver. What do you think about that? And because you said you don't see the hype around Denver, what do you think his addition to the team would mean?
I mean, it helped because their defense carried the team pretty much skill-wise because they have Justin Simmons, one of the best safeties in the game. They have a bunch of good corners. They have some solid Bradley Chubb, the good linebacker. If they have Bradley Chubb, Von Miller come back, and now they're talking about maybe signing Bobby Wagner, who was just released from the Seahawks. Good Lord, that linebacker core would be unreal. I mean, if they get that, their defense would be halfway unstoppable. So that will for sure make them a contender, especially with Russell throwing the ball now, just having his IQ and everything.
You know, and Denver's shown like when most of the Super Bowls, it's always been about defense, a strong running game, and then a good, game manager from the pocket. Now, Peyton Manning's a little bit better than that, but that last Super Bowl that Peyton Manning won, we had a noodle arm. He really couldn't throw that far. That was like all defense, all running attack when they beat the Panthers. So it'd be interesting to see what Denver can do, but I just can't believe you think that your Raiders are just going to fall down like that.
I mean, we just got to see what the moves are. We got to see what they do. They got to make some big moves if they want to contend with these big moves that the Chargers and the Broncos are doing. And, of course, the Chiefs are still going to be up there. So as long as they have Mahomes, Kelsey, and Hill, nobody's going to beat them in the West right now.
Devin, I commend you, brother. I too am one of those what you call a realistic fan. I don't wear the fan goggles, man. I just speak the truth. Like, as bad as I would love for my team to win, but hey, man, it ain't looking too good. That's how I roll, man. So I commend you for that, man.
Well, I have a prediction for the next NFL season. It's very simple. The Dallas Cowboys, my Dallas Cowboys, are going to look awesome during regular season. They may have the number one offensive again. They're going to score a ton of points. They're going to look almost unstoppable until about week 13. They're going to start tripping themselves up, and then we'll lose our first playoff game to keep the trend going.
And how do you know this, Haven?
Oh, because the Cowboys have done the past
because that's what they always do.
That's what they always do. The Cowboys done that since Danny White left.
Yeah, hey, brother, unless my man, what's the owner name? I can't even call his name right now. Jerry Jones. Unless he learns how to throw a football, man, he needs to really, really just get out of the way. He needs to stop coming to the games because that man is a distraction like I've never seen.
Never happened. Never happened. That dude is like owner, player / coach.
Yeah, I know. That's why I think
he's trying to do it
he
all.
needs to learn how to snap the ball or something, man. He needs to make himself.
Oh, he could. He would.
Yeah, I'm sure he would.
If he could still run routes, he'd be in the locker room right now trying to figure out how to run routes.
All right. So yeah, but no, man. There's a lot of movement in the NFL right now, man. We only time will tell if that stuff will make a difference this coming season.
But what's about the upcoming, the new season, NBA right now? It's after All-Star game. It's real. That's when it gets real. That's like ticks up a notch.
I don't know.
I'm too excited, man.
Hey, I've only watched maybe 2 games this whole entire season, and those were last week.
Are you okay?
No, I am perfectly fine. Is the NBA okay is the question, man. It's like this, I don't know, man. It's hard to get behind. Like some of the games, I hear about them. People say, yo, the Bulls are worth watching. I got a guy that I work with. Yo, the Bulls, the game I watched, boy, they were terrible. Like, I guess I just picked the wrong night or something. I don't know. So, I do like how the league is more balanced now. I love that about it. You never know who's going to win from one night to the next. I really like that. You don't know who's going to win a championship. It's not a given anymore. That whole experiment in Brooklyn has imploded. That experiment in LA is imploding.
That was quick, too.
Yeah, very quick.
It was a quick implosion.
However,
turn that up.
However,
keep the Lakers down.
However, News just came to light in the past 48 hours that the Lakers front office has been consulting with my biological father, Phil Jackson, about how to get past some of the issues that the team is facing. What does that mean going forward? I don't know. But whenever you say Phil Jackson's name, I just feel it in my soul. Something good is about to happen. Devin, you know how most people, when we walk, we put one foot in front of the other. Phil Jackson doesn't do that. You know why? Because he rides on a magic carpet. That's why.
He just floats.
Phil Jackson floats. He doesn't even walk. I don't know what to tell you.
He does his Zen stuff, folds his legs, and just kind of
Understand. How hard is it to win a three-peat in the NBA, Devin?
It's hard.
He's done it 3 times.
Don't see it much.
He's done it 3 times, almost 4. That's all I got to say. Well, the NBA, I don't know, man.
So,
we saw the All-Star weekend. This is the new NBA. And you asked me why I haven't been watching. Did you watch the All-Star weekend?
Yeah. I was kind of.
Oh my God!
So Devin,
the skills challenge was better than the dunk contest.
It was way better than the dunk contest. If it wasn't for Karl Anthony Towns, the 3-point contest would have been trash. That's why I haven't been watching.
So Devin, your MVP race, NBA, who you got? Talk to me about it.
LeBron James.
This might make some people mad. I mean, everybody's trying to push Embiid up there. But the second half of the season, he has Harden. And in my opinion, if you have 2 MVP caliber players, one of them players cannot win the MVP. I think most valuable player, it's not about record. It's about who brings most value to the team. And it might be the fanboy in me, but I'm not bringing bias into this at all. But Jokic should almost be unanimous MVP this year. His value to the Nuggets has been unreal, especially with Jamal Murray and Porter Jr. Their 2 and 3 options being out all season. They're the 6th seed. They're only 4 games back from being the 2 seed in the West.
Oh, wow.
Nobody's going to catch the Suns. And he's literally have you seen his last 3 games?
I have.
Unreal.
Well, I didn't see the last one. I saw the 2 before that, but he's been balling.
They had I see a bunch of visuals on Twitter. And I try to retweet all the ones that just blow my mind. They have charts of showing who does the most offensively and defensively.
I see those.
Oh, he's literally up in the top right corner, and everybody else is right in the center. I mean, of course, Giannis and Embiid's right there. I think Giannis should be number 2 because he has the highest player efficiency rating of all time right now, and he's going to be Defensive Player of the Year. And they're the favorites to win the championship, in my opinion. So it's between them 2. You got Embiid, who's there still. He's playing. He could be in the conversation if Harden didn't join him.
Oh,
then
wow.
you got John Morant as a 2 seed out there playing good. You got DeMar DeRozan playing good. You got Jason Tatum dropping 50, 44 and everything. He's coming up. So, I mean, it's a wild race, really. But Jokic, easy.
And yet, LeBron James is going to win it. And I just said it.
Man, you know what?
LeBron James, at 37 years old.
I'm just going to point that because we're past our break. We'll take a quick break, and we'll pick this conversation up on the other side on the Plug Network and the Maven Sports Show.
I'm Haven Harrington, host of Maven Sports Show. Catch us every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the Plug Network Online. Stay plugged in.
Want your brand or business featured on the plug? Advertise with us at plugnetworkonline.com. Again, advertise with us at plugnetworkonline.com. We got the eyes that are looking for you.
And we're back. Boom. There it is. So, man, a good little NBA conversation there. But you know what, Devin? It doesn't matter, man. I know John Morant's playing well. But all it comes down to one person only. Giannis, the Greek freak.
Dude, if the Lakers make the playoffs, LeBron James is the MVP of the season. Dude, you can carry your team. Dude, this man is 37 years old. How many points did he score the other night to beat Golden State? 50?
56.
56.
But he doesn't make the playoffs if there isn't a play-in tournament. I hate the play-in tournament. I hate that.
If your if was a fifth, we would all be drunk, brother. But it is a play-in tournament. So, hey, you take advantage of whatever's there. That's Adam Silver's fault. So, no, hey, LeBron James, this man is ancient.
He's older than dirt.
He's old and still putting these youngins in the dirt. How can you bypass LeBron James and give it to any of these clowns? They're in their 20s and they getting housed by a man that's almost 40 years old. And I'm talking about in a serious way. There's no way I can give it to none of these younger guys over him. I'm sorry. If they make the playoffs, dude, if I'm voting, LeBron James gets my vote.
The reason why I don't give LeBron my vote is because these other players ain't getting beat by the Rockets on a nightly basis.
Fair enough. Or the Pelicans. Yeah, the Lakers, they've gotten beat by some pretty terrible teams. But again, especially through all of the adversity of this season and not having not even a decent coach. Frank Vogel is awful. He's awful. With all of the talent on that team, I don't care how old they are, they should still be hard to beat. He doesn't even know how to use Dwight Howard or DeAndre Jordan. He doesn't even know what to do with them.
Well, Dwight Howard's kind of useless.
Dude, Dwight Howard is never useless when that man is probably the strongest human being in the NBA. How can he be useless? You just don't know how to use him.
How would you use him?
Man, I would use him. I would consult my father and see what he would say that I should do. Just like they're starting to do. Listen, the Lakers are about to turn this thing around. Tex Winters is going to come back from the grave. They're going to bring back that triangle offense. Dude, it's going to be on. Watch. Y'all see what I say? Y'all see what I say? I've said it before, and things have turned out the way that I said it. Watch. Just watch.
Hey, we'll mark it down. But you know what? While we're marking stuff down, this past weekend in Columbus, Ohio, probably one of the greatest sports of all time took place. And unfortunately, Devin wasn't available to go up there and cover this for us because he's our pugilist specialist over here. But, man, you guys have to see this. The Slap Fighting Championships.
I saw the highlights of that, yes.
Here we go. In Columbus, Ohio, look at this. There's Arnold Schwarzenegger. There's Logan Paul.
I didn't know this was the first thing. I didn't know this existed.
I did not either, but here it is. Look at that face. Plastic surgery in the move. That was a good snap. That was extra hard.
No, I saw Cat fainting. Here when he gets real right here.
Light heavyweight in the white.
He moved.
He's staggered.
Here we go. Next.
He was scared.
Oh, he was scared.
Hell, this is better than Cutman versus Masvidal.
Wow. What was he saying?
Ladies and gentlemen, we
Columbus, Ohio,
introducing
away.
Mihal.
For fun, for sport. No, sir, I could not.
To the shoulder there.
Nah, I can do this.
Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first, wearing white on your right. Champion from Springfield,
This is it. It's for it all. The belt, the whole nine.
Wait. So why did they get to catch him? Because he falls, he's out, right? Well, no. So can you blame that on his catching? He didn't do a good job catching.
He was staggered. He was
Hold
staggered.
up, man. I'm saying
He folded.
Yeah, but his catches could have caught him better and stood him back up. This dude would have folded too if he would have fell all the way back if they didn't catch him. I don't like this.
I just want to ask if I can go back to one part.
Go back.
Please.
So disrespectful. And I was watching this. I believe it was this. Was it this one?
By the way, that's on the Accelerate producer, the man behind the scenes.
I think it was him. If I slap you in your face, don't.
shoulder there.
Yeah.
Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first, wearing.
Yo, I think the championship was botched, man. I'm saying.
You know, we could do this. I think we can enter Devin in the slap fighting championship. We can train him up. What do you say, Dev?
I don't know about that. I'll do mixed martial arts. I ain't gonna do no slapping.
That's easy though. We can take it.
No, sir.
You can take it. We ain't a big country boy, kind of corn fed.
I got some cushion.
I know, right? Looks all soft and silky. It's all the punishment.
Hell, they might miss my chin and slap down here.
I know, right? You know, we can put some blue magic in there, make it extra slippery.
Hey, don't listen to this dude. Come
on, we can practice right
now.
now.
I don't know, man. I don't like what I saw right there. The dude fell. He got caught. The other dudes, man, they was up tweeting or something, and they wasn't paying attention, and he fell all the way down.
Because he fell forward first. He got smacked, just went straight down.
Oh, man. So if you fall backwards, you good. If you fall forward, you done.
Well, it's easy to get caught if you fall backwards. Now, honestly, though, like he made the classic mistake. You never he tucked his chin down like that so he get most of the blow. Like right before he got hit, he got scared, tensed up, went,
No, the biggest mistake is walking out on the stage letting somebody smack you in your face. I don't know. I could find something better to do with my time. I'm sorry. But that's something to look forward to, I guess. I don't know.
Hey, I'm excited.
Right
man.
up in Denver. Hey, I mean, not Denver, but
Columbus, Ohio. Man. That was the championships in Columbus, Ohio, just smacking a taste out of somebody's mouth. I mean, like what's better than that besides watching bums fight? Like a good bum fight on Second and Broadway. I mean, on First and Broadway.
Hey, now that's something I pay to see. I got
bum fights.
I would pay to see bums fight.
Bum fight.
Yes, indeed. So,
man, remember South Park did a cripple fight?
No, I do not.
You ever seen a South Park cripple fight?
That had to be a long time ago because that would not air in 2022.
It would not air in 2022.
That would not make it to TV in 2022. So
it would not. It was hilarious. Have you seen a cripple fight with South Park?
I haven't.
If I did, I wouldn't admit it on the air.
I would.
Not in 2022, I wouldn't.
So we get a chance, Devin. Go on YouTube, search South Park cripple fight, and it's the funniest. It's like the funniest fight you would ever see in your entire life. It's with Timmy and Jimmy going at it.
But Devin, when you watch it, you come back on the show, still deny that you've ever seen it. That's all I would say.
Don't do it, Devin.
Deny it, deny it, deny it. Don't ever admit to watching something like that, dude. You'll get canceled. Trust me.
They probably get canceled because it is like, yeah, it is pretty bad.
But no, hey, I tell you some sports that we got coming up. Y'all may not notice, but I can look. I guess I'm smelling it in the air.
Horse racing?
Is that what I think it is? Derby, baby. It started. Hey, Devin. Us Louisville folks got problems up here, man. When it's about mid-March or so, man, we start to go crazy up here, dude. It's Derby in the air, man. It's Derby in the air.
It's the dual sport of Kentucky.
Yes. The
Are
only
you coming
event.
down and join us for Derby?
I will.
That's what's up, man. It's the only event we have in this city all year. So if you don't come then, I wouldn't advise you to ever come back the rest of the year. You know how some cities have like stuff that goes on in the summer and stuff. No, we have one event for the entire year. It's called the Kentucky Derby.
We got Light Up Louisville. We have
He said light. You meant Thunder over Louisville?
no, we have Light Up Louisville.
The day after Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Did you go downtown this year? For
No, I didn't. I wasn't here. I was in Florida, so I missed it.
Oh gosh, it was the worst Light Up Louisville. I didn't want to go to. It was awful. We had Jefferson Square was the only thing that had lights. Yeah. So anyway,
we have budget problems. You can't have all of downtown Louisville. We can have just like this one little street.
Anyway, yeah, Devin. So March Madness is really what's going on right now, man. Who do you think might be some of the other number one seeds that we might see pop up this weekend?
I mean, of course, Gonzaga's already won. They're going to for sure be the number one overall seed. And no matter their competition, watching them, they're just a complete team. They have some freaks. Chet Holmgreen, I know he's as weak as a piece of paper, but that man has some crazy skills to be that big. They have Andrew Nembhard. They have everybody around them. That's Drew Timme, another veteran who's great. They're just going to be a force. Watch out for Baylor, the reigning champs. Nobody talks about them, but, man, Baylor's good. They always have the veterans. They know how to play defense. So those two are the big ones. My dark horse,
Kentucky.
Don't do
Kentucky.
that,
Nah.
Don't do that,
I don't know who my dark horse would be. You know, not to win the championship, but for maybe a deep run. How about we do let's go down the road to Murray State. Maybe Murray State could do a little deep run. They always have some good talent. They've been ranked all year. Only 2 losses.
That's what's up, Haven. What say you, Double H?
You know,
What's
this
that?
has been such like a weird like college basketball like year. Some very good teams, but nobody's like really put themselves out as being head and shoulders above everybody else. Like, everybody has weaknesses. Everybody's very beatable. South Carolina's good. They can make a deep run.
What about your one seeds? Who do you see? Of course, you said Gonzaga has already secured it overall. Who else do you think will be a one seed?
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. It's all you, Devin.
Yeah, we got 30 seconds left. So, Haven, what are you thinking, brother?
Give me UK to take one of those number one seeds. They're going to go run a tournament. They're going to run it through, win it all. Everyone's going to be so surprised. They're going to beat South Carolina championship. And they're going to be like, you know what? You guys are deserving of a one seed. And they don't give it to Duke because it's Coach K, and they'll give it to him regardless because it's Coach K. This is last year, and they want to celebrate Coach K. And then I have no idea who the other one's going to be.
Well, I think regardless, we're going to see a pretty good tournament. We got Selection Sunday coming up at the end of this conference tournament week. And I think we're going to have some good basketball come this time next week. So either way it goes, we hope that you all enjoy the rest of this week, and we will see you all around this time next week, 7 p.m. on the Plug Network. Devin, thanks for tuning in with us, boss. Double H, I'm the etc. William Lee. We will see you all this time next week. Stay plugged in. Peace.
I'm Hagen Harrington, host of the Sports Show. Catch us every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the Plug Network Online. Stay plugged in.
Want your brand or business featured on the Plug? Advertise with us at plugnetworkonline.com. Again, advertise with us at PlugNetworkOnline.com. We got the eyes that are looking for you.